So, let's start. Okay, this one we might be able to do some voices, because this is some romance in this game. Okay. Every choice we make has its own unique consequences. That's just basic logic, isn't it? The physics of continuity. But the thing is that we can only ever experience one potential outcome of our decisions. You'll never know what could have happened had you chosen differently. So how is anyone supposed to make an informed decision about anything if we're being forced to choose between timelines like that? Sorry, this is all probably kind of confusing from your perspective. Let me give you an example. I'm buying an ice cream cone. Should I get chocolate or vanilla? Ooh, they're asking the tough questions right off the gate. Well, me personally, I've never really had much of a care for chocolate, and if we're gonna roleplay and pretend that I'm the main character here, we're getting vanilla, baby. Excuse me. The vanilla tastes good, though a little bland. I wish it had come with pralines or something. See, that's just an incorrect opinion. I'll never know how the chocolate would have tasted if I'd bought it, but that's just the way life is, isn't it? I mean, not technically. I mean, if you got an extra $2 on hand, you could buy both. I mean, you're going to gain a few pounds, but you know what? There are ways where you could experience both decisions. I think that's a very shallow interpretation of what you're trying to say. You see, I only knew of that one outcome that you just chose for me. You, on the other hand, can save and load a point in time from before I made that decision and watch either outcome as many times as you want. Ooh, very meta. All you have to do is scroll back through what I just said, and you can easily find out what the chocolate cone was like. I'd be none the wiser. And that's why I need your help. You're here to be told a story, right? And boy, do I have one in store for you. My name is... well, let's keep this strictly professional. I don't really like the idea of some stranger on the other side of a screen knowing personal info about me. Give me whatever pseudonym you want. If it matters, I'm a girl. What's my first name? Boy. Take that. What you gonna do about it? So, boy, are you sure about that? Yep. And what's my last name? Oh, no. I wasn't prepared for that. Maleberg. Maleberg, huh? Are you sure about that? Alright. My name is Boy Maleberg. I hope you like it. Because as far as you know, that's what everyone will be calling me from here on out. Good. Today is February 12th, 2014, and I'm starting my first day as a senior at Maleberg Academy. Oh my god. Does the school's name sound familiar to you? That's right, and it's not a coincidence either. Think how I must feel. Anyway, there are two things you should know about Maleberg Academy. One, that it is a boarding school for the most elite and occasionally gifted teenagers on the East Coast. And two, that someone here murdered my father. Not Mr. Maleberg. I don't know who they are or how they did it, but that's what we're here to find out. My father, Guy Maleberg. That's right, we're going to solve a murder together. How's that for a good story? I'll be the judge of that. We're off to a great start, though. I told you I appreciate any video game that allows me to name my character. I know your senses are limited to very basic sight, so as I investigate, I'll try my best to tell you everything that's happening around me. I want you to do what I can't, to be able to live through the full consequences of any decision I make, and then return to the past armed with the knowledge of experience. No, I think we're just going to go through this straight and just experience this together and not change anything, because that sounds more fun. So, naturally, you're going to be making all my choices for me. It's just the most efficient way of gathering information. I hate this metaphor, but essentially you're my string puller and I'm the puppet. In fact, that's what I'll call you, string puller. Does that all sound good to you? Like a riveting sort of premise? I know that's what you care about. Oh, this is getting a little personal. I hope it's compelling anyway because... Boy, cute girl. Okay. Boy, Maleberg, hey! Oh, right. I may have forgotten to mention that I'm literally walking into the building as we speak. They've sent someone to meet me, it seems. We may as well get the story started then. Oh yes, let's. My name's Gia. It's nice to meet you. I'm the head student ambassador here at Maleberg Academy, here to help you get acclimated to our school. And maybe you don't need that since you're but I volunteered to come anyway. This is amazing. I love this. I am so in love with this already. She already knows who I am then. I'd wanted to lay low for as long as possible, but I guess that was unrealistic of me. It's silly to think that no one at all would have heard about the deceased former headmaster's daughter suddenly enrolling. I was thinking that we'd do a tour of the building, since I bet you haven't been here in a while. Does that sound good? A tour wouldn't hurt, actually. If we're really going to find out who killed my father, we'll need all the intel we can get. Awesome! Let's do it, then! This is great. Ugh. Gia's very thorough in showing me everything, just like any good tour guide would be. And here's the library. There are books here. You know, this one time when I was trying to read this one text on, like, electrical engineering in the late 20th century, and I guess we don't find out what she wanted to say about that. The Academy really hasn't changed much at all, though. Everything is just like I remember. There are still the same old wide corridors, except they seem so much more filled with shadow now. Sorry, was that overly dramatic? I'm still getting the hang of this narrator thing. And this is the very center of the Academy. Cool, huh? I took you everywhere else first so the tour could have an impressive finish. Now, before we move on, do you have any questions? I do, which means it's your job to ask them, string puller. Make me proud. Alright, where will I be living, or where can I find the headmaster's office? Well, I don't want to make it sound like I'm too deep in a murder investigation yet, so let's ask maybe a more common question. Where will I be living? It's an important question. I've been pulling a suitcase behind me this entire time, and I want to put my stuff down soon. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot to mention. She hands me a note with what looks like a room number on it, along with a very fancy keycard. This is where you'll be living for the coming semester. Fancy card, right? If you have any questions at all about how to get there or what the rooms are like, you can ask me since we're actually roommates. Well, isn't that just a coincidental pickled peach? Wait, what? Gia's my roommate? Did I hear that right? Anyway, we just have one more place to go now before you're all checked into Maleberg Academy. You've got to go meet the student council. Why the student council and not literally any other administrative office in the school? I dunno. That's just how things are done around here. I was asked specifically to bring you there. I think she specifically needs to go see a nurse. She's got, like, jaundice or something. I knew that Maleberg student council positions are fairly coveted as status symbols, but never that they played this big a part in school operations. Was this my father's idea? This is going to be great. They're going to treat the student council like it's Shokugeki no Soma. But here we are, in front of their office. I don't want to deal with this at all, but if the council is this powerful, then meeting with them could provide me with some useful leads. Gia's trying to hide it, but she looks very nervous right now. That can't be a good sign. But for better or for worse, we're going in anyway. And as I open the door, I see a bunch of anime-looking dorks. Oh. This guy, nasty boy. He went to the Jared Leto School of Character Design, apparently. I wonder if he's a nasty boy. This guy's sitting with his feet up on the desk, winding the string from his hoodie around his finger until it turns purple. How nice. Ooh. Getting a little judgmental here of this, this is like two different stages of Shaun White's career. Like when he was the Flying Tomato, and then after he had his video game, it was like, I'm a legit snowboarder still, but he cut the hair and it wasn't like as red anymore. That's this fella. Oh, hey, he's checking some paper on the desk for my name. I'm not too impressed so far. Once he finds it, though, he almost falls out of his chair. Yo, boy. Nasty Boy is his name. Yo, boy Maleberg, that's you. These students' council positions are really meaningless, aren't they? Oh, and his midriff's showing. That's nice. Yup, that's me. Ha ha ha, that's me. You're my favorite customer. I'm trying to remain polite, but it's very hard. Why don't we just go ahead and tell every single person in the school who I am while we're at it? Yeah, I don't want to introduce myself to anybody. I'd rather nobody even knows who I am. Which is actually, you know what? That's actually a pretty realistic interpretation of high school. I didn't want anybody to know who I was. That's why I started a YouTube channel and tried to get famous. This nasty boy, he must be one half of the wrestling tag team. He opens his mouth, looking like he's about to call for someone, and then closes it. After a second, he gets up from the desk. This is interesting, because we know we're going to have to romance one of these people to find out which one of them is the killer of our father. I feel like a nasty boy here might be a red herring, given the red hair and the red herring. Oh my god. Hey, sorry about that. You know how it is. I'm Dux, Stuco Vice President. If you need someone to help you get a firm grasp on life here at Maleberg Academy, I'm your guy. His name is Dux. He's a Farfetch'd? Did I have to trade? What do you have to trade to get the Farfetch'd in Vermilion City? Ah, shit. I'd have been so ready with that joke. Is that an innuendo or something? It had better not be. Ha ha ha, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna get out of here and leave you to your business. Boy, I'll see you later at the room. Gia runs off with my luggage before I can even say okay. She must really not want to be here, which begs the question, do I? She ran off with my luggage! You know what? I bet Gia is the one who killed my father, because she's run off with my luggage. She's gonna look through it and see if I brought any investigative material. Hey, you want to get out of here? I mean, if you come with me, we can... I didn't want to know how he'd end that sentence, so I'm very grateful for whoever just came in. What are you talking about? We can start dating the nasty boy already. We can date Dux and find out what Dux is all about. That would have been great. Oh. I hear voices. Has our new student arrived, Mr. Del Rosario? Dux Del Rosario? Pink eyes? She should get that checked. It's like everybody in the school has sicknesses. This is like Fall Streak all over again. Dux just completely froze up as soon as... That was another boy. Oh. As soon as the other boy entered the room, he must be outranked. I thought that was a girl. Forgive me. He looks like... I guess, you know what? He kind of looks like Nagito from fucking Danganronpa. He's like a slightly more sickly looking Nagito Komaeda. Hello, Ms. Maleberg. My name is Crispin. Crispin? If I could do either Crispin Freeman or Crispin Glover, I would do it. But I'm sticking with the pseudo Daria when I thought it was going to be like a Daria type character, so I'm going back to that. Hello, Miss Maleberg. My name is Crispin, president of the Maleberg Academy Student Council. I'm very glad you're here today. The focus of his gaze is blinding. It's haunting! Look at that! He's got his Cleopatra going on, that's for sure. I don't think I've met anyone my age with such bright eyes before. If he's well off enough to be the president, then we've probably crossed paths at some kind of function in the past. I wonder if I know him. I feel like you would remember someone that looked like that. Then again, those could be contacts. Though I haven't attended any such events since before I left for California, so it would have been a while ago. Have we met before? It's nice to meet you. You know what? It's better to just ask, because it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission, so we gonna just be forthright with how ignorant we are. No, I don't believe we've ever spoken. That checks out. I don't know why I thought we'd know each other. I was a pretty rowdy kid, so I didn't exactly get along with most of my peers. I was kind of rowdy too. I had friends. I must apologize, Miss Maleberg, for not being available to greet you myself. We've been quite busy planning for Friday's Valentine's Day auction, and therefore only Mr. Del Rosario could receive you. You mean the nasty boy's not interested in Valentine's Day? Shock of the century. Regardless, welcome to Maleberg Academy. In light of such recent tragedy, we, the Student Council, aim to do everything in our power to make your time here a pleasant one. Man, whoever's doing the music in the background, where's the pianist? Where are they in the Student Council building just going... It's going ham on the piano. And that's why we've sent for you today. This could turn into many things, both good and bad, depending on what he means by pleasant. Everything will be explained in time, Miss Maleberg. Mr. Del Rosario, could you please fetch our remaining 2 members? Oh, there's only 2 more? Oh, well, that's good. Less voices I gotta do. I remember reading that in the synopsis. There's only 5. Dux nods and heads further into the room towards the door that Crispin came from. Yes, the Student Council here not only has their own office, it's got multiple rooms to it. Wait a minute, if Crispin came from that room, why didn't he just bring the other members with him? Hey, you know who's here. Right as he said that, the door slams open. Wait, it slams open? How's that work? And a familiar face peeks out. A very familiar face, in fact. Someone I knew I'd see here eventually. But that doesn't mean I'm ready even after all these years. God, it's